Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is kind of how we started Dwarf Underground yesterday. We're going to get rid of just the sort of nonsense they put in there. So go ahead and hit yarn start to fire up your dev server. If you are still running your Dwarf Underground dev server, just Control C out of that. And you'll get this thing. Same as yesterday. Spinning React logo. So once again, we have our index.html, the only HTML file in the whole project. And we will just change the title here. It's React app right now. Just change it to whatever you called your project, Chaturang. And then I don't promise never to touch the HTML file again, but we won't be touching it much. We might add some third-party scripts in here. So once you've changed index.html, let's have a quick look at index.js. It all looks fine. We have this one line that we know we need. Just to make it more readable, I like to put this onto a couple different lines. And it does not matter whether you use semicolons or not, just be consistent. I've decided not to use them, so for the sake of consistency, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the ones that are here, but they are not hurting anything. I just don't like having a mix of semicolons and no semicolons, so I'm going to get rid of the ones that are there. A little trick I just used there, you can put multiple cursors. We haven't had occasion to do so yet. Just hold down Alt as you put your cursor on another line, and you'll end up with multiple cursors. Kind of handy. Don't need to do anything else in index.js. We have app.js, which is our app component. And I'll do the same stuff I did yesterday. This time I'll get rid of everything that's inside this div with a class name of app. And I'll just replace it with an H1 that says Chaturang. And I will again get rid of the semicolons just because I'm not going to be using them from here on. So it bothers me that there'll be a mix. So I'll just get rid of them. And the other thing we did yesterday, and if you open this up and open up your dev tools, you should see a warning that logo is defined but never used. That little spinning logo, we're importing it but never using it now because we took it out here. So I'm just going to get rid of the line where we import the logo. And then I'm actually going to delete the file. In the source directory, there's logo.svg. We're not using that anymore, so may as well delete it. And the warning goes away. One other thing we did yesterday to get rid of just the stuff that was there by default. App.css has some CSS in it for the spinning logo and all that jazz. We're not using any of that, so I'm just going to get rid of everything that's in the CSS file. Leave the CSS file there, but get rid of its contents because it's not doing anything for us. So if all is well, your page should look like this. You just have an H1 that says Chaturang. It's all the way to the left. And your browser tab should say Chaturang at the top if you change your HTML file. Nothing earth-shattering. So now we're starting with the real stuff. So I'll go ahead and commit where we are so far. I'll just say remove, create, React app boilerplate. By boilerplate, I just mean kind of default code that was there taking the place of code that we haven't yet written. Commit and push. Questions about that? Okay.